Ang hinihingi po namin 35 billion lang. 35 billion po lang kasi kumpara sa nangyayari dito, 35 billion flood control project ng First District of Bulacan lang. Napakasama naman sa loob yan. Ito, the whole correction system, maaayos mo.
OMG mga kababayan, ano itech na nagte-trending na mga sinasabi dito ni Buyeng Rimulya? Ilalaglag niya na kaya si Marcos or si BBM? Grabe po itong ating nakita mga kababayan na video, no? Pero bago natin tunguhin yan, ilalatag ko muna sa inyo mga headliners. Ito po, ang matandang hukluban na si Kapunan, napahiya, supalpal sa batang-batang abogada ng depensa ni VP Sara, mga kababayan. At naku, gusto nyo bang malaman kung sino pala ang kontraktor nitong EDSA, yung as- asfalto, yung nagmumura-mura na naman si piling Tatay Digong, itong si Dizon, akala niya Tatay Digong siya na pag nagmura may resulta. Wala naman. Gusto niyo malaman mga kababayan? Tumutok kayo dito sa buong video na ito. At panoorin niyo po ang ating bidyong ito para malaman niyo po sino pa talaga at ano po talaga ang kinaugnayan dito mga kababayan. At magugulat kayo dahil isa ito sa mga hinahanap at matagal na natin hinahanap na pangalan na dapat din maimbitahan dyan sa flood control. Opo, ito na po. Hindi ko na kayo bibitinin mga kababayan. Hindi na ako mag-i-intro pa. Diretso na po tayo kagad sa ating mga detalye ng ating pag-uusapan. Eto,
Kaban ng bayan. Pangalawa, sinasabi niya may recording na nanunuhol ako. Again, kung sakaling totoo na nanunuhol ako, private individuals po kami no? Wala pong krimen dyan. Pero wala pong panunuhol. Kaya gusto kong ilabas niya yung sinasabi niyang recording. Kasi sa totoo lang, meron po silang pinadala sa akin na 5 tao, na dati ring tao ni Saldico, na alam ko naman na tao nila. Pero tumawag at sinabi, sir, gusto rin namin sumama sa iyo. O sige, magkita-kita tayo, kako. Alam niyo po ang unang tanong nung isa doon, ang sabi niya, attorney, bago tayo mag-umpisa, diretsahan na tayo. Magkano ba ang ibibigay mo sa amin? Sabi niya. Ang loko, nagre-record, no? Kaya ilabas po nila yung recording dahil ang sagot ko po sa kanya, pasensya ka na dahil hindi ako namimili ng prinsipyo.
ayan mga kababayan. Yung mga bumaliktad pala, ayon dito kay Attorney Levito Balicod, mayroon din po pala, no, nauna pa, mayroon pa pala ditong iba na mga dati rin tao ni Saldico na alam daw po ni Attorney Balicod na pinadala galing sa kabilang. Na ito daw po ngayon ay lumapit at gusto rin nila kumampi daw di umano dito kay Attorney Levy Baligod, makiisa nga dito sa Brave 14 or 18. Pero ang una kaagad nilang tanong, diretsahan, magkano daw ang bibigay? Di ba mga tanga lang mga kababayan? Nag-record pala. At yun ngayong recording na yun ay gustong ipalabas ni Attorney Levy Baligod. Yun siguro mga kababayan ang pinagmamalaki nila na may recording daw di umano. Kaya lang mga kababayan, hindi naman bobo sigurong attorney itong si Levito Baligod. Ano ho? Nako po. Matibag. Sino kaya yung may ano nun, ano ho? Sino kaya ang may pakana noon mga kababayan na tanim witness kunwari makikiisa sa Brave 18, Brave 14, yung pala kuha lang ng ebidensya. Kuha lang ng ano, yung bang tanim ebidensya or tanim kaso mga kababayan. Yan no? Hindi talaga nitong administrasyon na ito, mga kababayan, ano ho? Samantala, eto po, COA auditor sa prosecution, hindi namin trabaho ang i-verify ang mga pangalan sa acknowledgement receipt. Ayan na mga kababayan. Nakakahiya po ito, ano ho? Hindi pala nila trabaho na i-verify yung mga pangalan sa mga acknowledgement receipt. Kahiya naman to si Lula Kapunan, mga kababayan. Ito pa, sabi dito mga kababayan, presiding Escudero humingi ng paglilinaw sa dokumentong ipinakita sa impeachment court. Humingi ng paglilinaw si presiding officer Chris Escudero kaugnay ng ipinakitang dokumento na nagpapakita ng mga intelligence operation ng opisina ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa impeachment trial. Binanggit ang mga aktibidad katulad ng pamimigay ng tupad at pamimigay ng bigas sa listahan na ipinasa ng opisina ni Duterte sa Commission on Audit. Dahil dito ay humingi ng paglilinaw sa Escudero kung ginamit ba sa pamimigay ng ayuda ang confidential fund o parte lamang ng surveillance activity ng opisina ni Duterte ang nasabing mga aktibidad. Kinumpirma naman ng witness na si Silene Del Ocampo na nagkandak lamang ng surveillance activity ang opisina ni Duterte sa nasabing mga pagtitipon at hindi ginamit sa ayuda ang confidential funds. Ang nasabing surveillance activity ay para umano mapanatili na ligtas si Duterte habang bumibisita sa nasabing mga pagtitipon. Bali po ito yung activities ng VP Vice President po, pero hindi po yung confidential fund yung ginamit dito, ani Del Ocampo. Kita nyo mga kababayan, butatang butata ang prosecution dito. Ano ho? Kasi po lahat na lang ng bukang bibig nila ay tungkol dito sa ginagamit na confidential fund. Pero dito mga kababayan, lalo po tuloy naglulutangan na bawat bintang nila ay mayroon pong pinagpuntahan at mayroon pong pinaggastusan yung confidential fund ni VP Inday Sara. Pero yung iba nga dito, di po ginamit sa di po confidential po yun. Kasi po, hiwalay daw po. Yung nilinaw nga po nitong si Del Ocampo, pa mga kababayan. So ito, dito pa lang, 'di ba, dapat nakaramdam na sila ng kahihiyan dito eh, no? Kaso mukhang wala yatang kahihiyan 'tong mga ito, mga kababayan, ano? So, dahil diyan, pinagtawanan ka lang tuloy ng defense itong si Ocampo, mga kababayan. Panoorin, diretso na po natin. Excited na yata kayo malaman kung sino mga kababayan yung contractor nung asphalt at ikagugulat nyo po ito mga kababayan. Diretso na po naman natin habang para minsan na lang natin ratratin itong tungkol sa kay BP Sara sa impeachment mga kababayan. Ito, nakagagulat mga kababayan, no? Habang binabasa nyo itong detalye, no, sa Republic of the Philippines Department of Public Works in Highways. Post po ito ni Sas Rogando Sasot 22 hours ago. Basahin ko na po mga kababayan ang kanyang post. Ayon dito mga kababayan, pero nababasa nyo naman 'di ba yung ano diyan? Ayan, ayan, ayan. Babasa nyo diyan ha. The contractor of the Vince Dizon EDSA Asphalting, a very familiar name to all. So I check, sino ba itong contractor ng EDSA Asphalting na pinagmamalaki ni Vince Dizon noon at gumamit daw ito ng stone mastic asphalt. Pero ngayon, si Vince Dizon ay nagmumura na siya at sira daw kaagad. The contractor is Redicon Trading and Construction Corporation. Bakit sumikat ang Redicon? First, sila ang nag-oppose sa korte ng 85 pesos minimum wage hike at nakakuha sila ng TRO. Potres ka mga kababayan, ito palang Redicon, panira talaga ito sa bayan mga kababayan. Ano? Panira, perwisyo talaga itong Redicon na ito mga kababayan. Biruin mo, mayroon na noon ipinasa na 85 pesos increase sa mga minimum earners sa ating mga kababayan. Abay, ito pala mga kababayan ang nagpetisyon para bawiin yon. At pinaburan naman ng Pasig. Ito talagang Pasig. Oh. Sino bang mayor dyan? Walang kinalaman ng mayor. Walang kinalaman. Pamangkin lang siya ng isang school vocal na graduate na senador na matandang hukluban din. Ano ho? Second, Leandro Ligarda Liviste identified Redicon as one of the so-called Gargiulas preferred construction companies. While Redicon has no Gargiula families, if one do research on Redicon, ang dami nilang partnerships in the past with the construction company of Gargiola. Paktay ka diha mga kababayan. Na itong Gargiola mga kababayan ay isa po ito sa sinasabing sisiw daw ang mga diskaya dito. At sino ba itong Gargiola? Ito pong Gargiola na ito ay malamang isa ito sa mga isiniwalat ni Lacson na congressman contractors. It's nyo na. So itong Redicon ay madami pala itong mga kababayan, koneksyon, or lagi pala itong preferred tie-up or partners ng kumpanya ni Gargiola, Congressman Gargiola, mga kababayan. na ito nga po, isiniwalat na nauna ni at Congressman Liveste. Alam nyo na, hindi pala nitong Ridicon mga kababayan ha. Ang kanya palang mga naging malalaking koneksyon sa ating bayan, una, mahirap ito sa mga ordinaryong mga manggagawa. Yung 85 pesos na dagdag sana makakatulong. Sila pala ang nagpabawi nito mga kababayan. So alam nyo na, ngayon nalaman tuloy natin kung sino pala ang nagpabawi ng 85 pesos per hike, no? Dagdag sa minimum. Ito pala mga kababayan na Ridicon na ito. At itong Ridicon na ito, sila pala ang kontraktor dyan sa EDSA na napakalaki, 5 billion daw, di umano mga kababayan, na ganon, wala pang isang taon, wasak na. Tapos, ito palang Ridicon na ito, konektado rin pala, lagi palang partnership ito ng construction naman ni Congressman Guardiola. O, alam nyo na mga kababayan, kung saan napupunta ang pera natin. Iilan tao lang talaga. Sila yung mga magkakalapit ang mga bituka, mga kababayan. Okay. So punta na po tayo dito, ano ho? Pinagtawanan lang itong si Lola ninyo. Dito pong ating magaling na abogada, napakabata pa.
To you, Madam Witness, you who took over these same documents that were submitted and who made your own independent valuation, what would you say are these documents? What can you say about these documents submitted by the OVP and the DepEd based on your post-audit evaluation?
Yung sa OBP po, ito ay irregular po dahil hindi po ito naging compliant sa joint circular. During the time naman po na in-evaluate ko ang Department of Education, compliant po sila sa joint circular. Pero gaya nga po ng nasabi, pwede pong may reopen itong settled account ng Department of Education po. Opo.
Okay. Merong sinayad si Attorney Wamil na prima facie evidence. No? You're not a lawyer, but under accounting rules, tama ba yung interpretation na pag hindi kompleto, if the documents submitted based on 8.3 of the joint circular, if the documents submitted by way of liquidation of confidential funds are not complete, ano ang epekto nito based on the circular?
Under po sa joint circular, dun sa under 8.1 nga po, failure of the accountable officer to liquidate is a prima facie evidence na this is for nagamit po ito for personal use and benefit.
Okay. Now, you said that prima facie failure of the accountable officer. At earlier, tinanong ka, ang accountable officer ng OVP is the head of agency. Meaning, sino yon?
Si Vice President Sara Duterte po.
At sa DepEd naman, sino ang head of agency?
During the time po nung 2023, it is Vice President Sara Duterte din po.
And under 8.3, ang presumption is naging use, to quote, paki-quote, use for personal.
Sabi po sa 8.3, failure of the accountable officer to liquidate is a prima facie evidence that he or she used the missing funds for personal use and benefit.
Madam Witness. My last question to you, Madam Witness. Let's go back to this hearing in the Committee on Good Government Accountability. And there is an admission there, Madam Witness, in your testimony here, that you, in that hearing, Gina Acosta, Chief of Staff of the VP, admitted, of the SDO, I'm sorry, admitted to transferring confidential funds, tama, to Colonel La Chica.
Your
Yes.
Honor, please.
There's no
Yes,
question yet,
Counsel
Your Honor.
Correspondent.
Your Honor, the exact wordings of the counsel cannot be verified without reflecting the TSNs that she is referring to.
Your Honor, I'm referring to the testimony of this witness. Besides, in the previous hearing, there is judicial notice already of the TSNs.
No, that's not it, counsel. Witness already admitted in her earlier testimony that she was there when Gina Acosta testified before the House of Representatives and heard her testify. Based on her recollection of what she said, she may answer. Kindly finish your last question, counsel.
I forgot. You repeat my question. What did I say? Wala pa akong question. Okay. Based on this admission of Gina
Yanin ng
Acosta
lola nyo.
that indeed confidential funds were transferred, the disbursement of confidential funds were transferred to Colonel La Chica. What about in relation to the DepEd funds?
May nabanggit din po noon si Mr. Fajarda na binibigay niya yung confidential fund kay Colonel Nolasco po.
Again,
May naging admission under oath.
may admission then under oath. In the same hearing, Madam Witness,
Yes po.
what was that admission?
Sinabi din po ni Mr. Edward Fajarda na SDO ng DepEd na binibigay po niya yung cash advance for confidential fund kay Colonel Nolasco.
Okay. And who is this Fajarda?
Siya po ang Special Disbursing Officer ng Department of Education.
And who is Nolasco?
Isa po siya sa mga part po siya ng Vice Presidential and Security Protection Group.
So our understanding is in the Office of the Vice President, an admission of Gina Acosta that disbursement was given to some other person. The same admission was made by the DepEd SDO, Fajarda, that disbursement of the funds was given to somebody else. Madam Witness?
Yes po, tama po.
And what observation? As a COA, ICFAO, State Auditor, what significance or observation can you make from these admissions by both Gina Acosta and Fajarda?
This is a violation po of the joint circular, specifically yung item 6.1.1 na hindi dapat ito i-transfer from one accountable officer to another.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. It's 2:28. I promised the Senate President we will finish by 2:30 so that we can convene session at 3 p.m. Counsel for Respondent, Attorney Christine, can you do your cross tomorrow instead of today?
I can, Your Honor.
Your Honor, before I turn over to our head, Your Honor, may I make just this manifestation for the record, just to clear?
Yes, counsel.
For avoidance, Your Honor, although we did mark the tabulations and summaries, Your Honor, for avoidance of doubt and for the record, the authenticity of the ARs are deemed established when the parties agreed and agreed with the dispensing of identification, Your Honor.
Your Honor, please.
So noted.
Thank you,
Your Honor, please. Just a counter manifestation to her statement, Your
You may
Honor.
do so, counsel,
Yeah,
before
there
we
was no
adjourn.
such admission, Your Honor, and there was no dispensing of identification of the ARs. Precisely, that is what the witness did in today, Your Honor. Thank you.
It is without prejudice to counsel for respondent crossing the witness using their copies of the AR, which reminds the presiding officer to also remind the counsel for the respondent to kindly submit copies of their pre-marked documents, specifically the ARs covering the last quarter of 2022 and the first 3 quarters.
Pinagtawa ng kalang Lola, no? Ito si Lola kasi nakakatawa mga kababayan. Tignan natin, ha?
Your Honor, please.
So noted.
Thank you,
Your Honor, please, just a counter manifestation to her statement. Your
You may do so,
Dito siya natawa eh.
And agreed with the dispensing of identification, Your Honor.
Your Honor, please.
So noted.
Thank you,
Your Honor, please, just a counter manifestation to her statement. Your
You may
Honor.
do so, counsel,
Yeah,
before
there
we
was no
adjourn.
such admission, Your Honor, and there was no dispensing of identification of the ARs. Precisely that is what the witness did in today, Your Honor. Thank you.
It is without prejudice to
Grabe, ito talaga si Lulan yung mga kababayan, di ba? Parang gawa-gawa ng ano ba? Gawa-gawa ng kwento. Kaya napagtatawa ng katuloy eh. Napaghalataan katuloy, Lola. Ikaw talaga, Lola, oh. Lola! Lola! Ikaw talaga, Lola, oh. Kamuna nga, Lola, dyan. Ikaw talaga, Lola, eh. Pastilan ka talaga, oh. Wait mo na, Lola, ah. Wait mo na. Huwag ka munang umipal dyan, Lola. Yan, guys. Wait lang, guys, ha. Kay itong si Lola ninyo, mga kawayan, ay ano itong si Lola ninyo, mga kababayan, ay umiipal-ipal eh, ha. Wait lang, guys, ha. Wait lang. Mayroon na akong papakita sa inyo kasi nga dito nabanatan tuloy siya dito, mga kababayan. Ito po. Oh, teka mga kababayan, nabanatan tuloy siya dito. Ito yung banat sa kanya dito, mga kababayan, at supalpal, ano ho? Supalpal dito ang Lola ninyo. Mga kababayan, supalpal po siya dito. Teka lang, ha, mga kababayan, ha. Pakita ko sa inyo yung papaano na supalpal itong Lola.
To thank the good counsel for
Ito, mga kababayan, ha. Kasi bida-bida ito si Lola ninyo, mga kababayan, eh, no? Teka. Nasaan ka na? Lola! Alis ka na dyan, Lola. Papakita ko muna sa inyo. Mga kababayan to. Yan. Si Lola nyo, oh. Panoorin natin, mga kababayan, paano siya rito nabanatan.
to thank the good counsel for their willingness to explore or to implement Rule 130, Section 7. At least we have aligned with what we are expected to do before this honorable court. In fact, Your Honor, earlier this morning, I was asked by one of her partners about the comparison. And I actually told her partner, Attorney Lazaro, Attorney, we don't even need to compare the exhibits in order to expedite the proceedings. Because first of all, that's the authenticity of the exhibits is something it's something that the court will have to decide. And the court will only decide on that after the prosecution has already submitted their offer of evidence, and that will be subject to our comment. And there's no need for us to actually compare the exhibits just so we can arrive at a stipulation that this and that are the same. And also, Your Honor, with regard to the identification of the witness of the exhibits, that goes into the witness competence. No, we did not
Make
stipulate.
manifestations, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney Kapunan.
First of all, Your Honor,
Kaya pa ba?
we, this honorable court and presiding officer, will note that when we broke off last Wednesday, it was very clear that prosecution through this representation made a motion, in fact modified the motion, that we be allowed to present the documents, 4,492 documents, before the honorable clerk of court. And for purposes of comparison, Your Honor, and this honorable presiding judge will recall that it did issue a directive to the parties to make themselves available on Thursday and Friday of last week, just mutually agreeing on a common time, Your Honor. Also, the clerk of court was directed to make themselves available either on Tuesday or Friday or both days, subject to a time agreed upon by both counsels for the petitioner and the respondent. Ito po ang nangyari, na-indyan po kami. Why do I say that? Wednesday, we made a text message, and I have the text messages here. When do we meet? Tomorrow or Friday? Wala pong sagot nung Wednesday. On Thursday, we waited the whole day. Kailan tayo magmi-meet? Thursday na ngayon, Friday na bukas. Our witness will be on board on Monday.
Bata itong matandang...
Wala pa rin sagot, Your Honor. The whole day of Thursday. At the end of Thursday, at the end of office hours, Thursday, Your Honor, and we have the evidence here, at 5:38 in the afternoon of Thursday, they texted, counsel for the respondent texted to say, we are available on August 14. This coming Friday, Your Honor, August 14, when napakalinaw naman sa directive ng presiding officer na mag-agree on a date on Thursday or Friday of last week. August 14, what good will that do us? The hearing is today, August 10, and they want us to appear before the clerk of court to compare documents on August 14. For what purpose, Your Honor? Now, the text message is even more disturbing.
Ako muna sasagot sa iyo ha. Ako muna babanan sa iyo. For what purpose din na ipinipilit mo yung gusto mo? Ha? Antindi dito mga kababayan, bakit niya pinipilit ang gusto niya natanggapin? Anak ng pating, kung ganun pala, di bakit pa ngayon nagkakaroon ng impeachment trial diyan? Nagkakaroon ng palitan ng ebidensya kung tatanggapin na lang din pala ng depensa ang lahat ng akusasyon mo. Iba isang katangahan mga kababayan. Ito, tanda na ito si Kapunan eh. Kapun pa rin ang utak no, mga kababayan. Sorry ha, pero ang tanda na eh. Wala pang common sense ng abogado na to, ano?
Because apart from saying sa August 14 na lang, they even disclaim the fact that this honorable court said Thursday or Friday last week. Wala naman daw sinabi ang presiding officer except to set a time, date, and time mutually agreed upon by the parties. That is bad faith, Your Honor, because sinabi ng presiding officer ang specific dates, Thursday or Friday last week. Wala daw sinabi ang presiding officer. And the presiding officer will recall that you the parties, Your Honor, to agree on the time but not on the dates. Now we are told August 14. The clerk of court over the weekend also was waiting for notice from both parties. And we got a call from the clerk of court saying, walang sinabi sa amin except August 14. In a last attempt, Your Honor, in a last attempt for them, for counsels for the respondent, this morning, as late as this morning, we approached them to say, we have 1 hour to go, let's start. And they said, again, they refused. They refused, no need daw. Kasi pakitahan na lang ng summaries, etc. No need, Your Honor. Let me just say, Your Honor, that this attitude of the respondent is not new. We had the same attitude pre-trial pa lang. Ayaw na mag-stipulate. Why? Because daw, hindi faithful reproduction yung kopya nila tsaka yung kopya namin. Bakit hindi faithful reproduction? Because ang pinag-awayan, presiding officer, Your Honors, isa lang ang pinag-awayan, covering page. Covering page ng 4,492 documents na yan. Ang pinag-awayan, covering page. And that's why they did not want to stipulate. So, Your Honors, if I may, we will necessarily have to go over very briefly this witness, briefly glossing over the documents and identifying her summary, her tabulation, pursuant to the presiding officer's suggestion. And we are invoking as well Rule 130, Section 7, and Section 3C on summaries and tabulations. We will do that, Your Honor. But,
I have a question, counsel. Before I recognize Attorney Christine, Attorney Lorna, Attorney Wamil had a table and summary for the ARs for December 21 to 31, 2022, which was turned over to Ms. Eileen, so she can testify on that as well, given that it's official records. My question is, does she have a tabulation and or summary? Because apparently, Attorney Wamil did not, dahil hindi na rin niya inabutan yun, ayon sa kanya, di ba?
Yes,
May
sir.
tabulation at summary ba si Ms. Eileen ng first to third quarter of 2023 ng OVP at DepEd confidential funds?
Yes, Your Honor. Our witness, Ma'am Silene Big Del Campo, does have a similar summary of all of the acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor.
Again, to clarify, covering the first to the third quarters
The
of
first-
2023 of both DepEd and OVP.
Yes, Your Honor. For the first quarter of the OVP, the second quarter, and the third quarter, Your Honor, that totals 1,823 acknowledgement receipts.
How many?
She has-
1,000?
For the first quarter of February 6, March 29, 2023, covering 519 documents, our witness has a tabulation, Your Honor, a summary.
Second quarter of OVP?
For the second quarter, which is the period April 25 to June 30, 2023, covering 530 acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor, our witness also will be presenting a tabulation or a summary. And for the third quarter of the Office of the Vice President, our witness will be presenting a tabulation for the periods July 14, September 30, 2023, covering 774 documents, Your Honor, totaling 1,823. And she will confirm as well the tabulation made for the December 2022 21 to 31, 22 tabulation of Attorney Wamil consisting of 845 documents. So for the Office of the Vice President, this witness will be presenting and identifying 2,668 acknowledgement receipts. Likewise, Your Honor, if I may continue.
Counsel may, for the DepEd?
For the DepEd, Your Honor, for the first quarter, covering the period February 20 to March 30, 2023, our witness has a tabulation of 561 acknowledgement receipts. For the second quarter, covering the period April 25 to June 30, 2023, our witness has a tabulation of 619 acknowledgement receipts. And for the third quarter of the DepEd, covering the period July 14 to September 30, 2023, our witness will be identifying and as well the tabulation of 644 acknowledgement receipts, or for the DepEd, a total of 1,824 documents, which will bring us to 2,668 for the Office of the Vice President, 1,824 for the DepEd, totaling 4,492 documents, which counsel for the respondent refused, Your Honor, to stipulate on. We are now therefore constrained to present this witness and the tabulations before this honorable
She can testify based on the tabulation that she has, again, in accordance with the ruling of the chair, citing Rule 130, Section 3C, in relation to Section 7, which is an exception to the original document rule. Your comment, Attorney Christine, before
yes,
we
Your Honor.
proceed?
Just one more manifestation, Your Honor.
With the kind indulgence
In
of Attorney
addition to
Christine?
these tabulations, Your Honor, we will be presenting, but not identifying, we will be presenting folders containing these acknowledgement receipts so that the witness can flip over them, Your Honor. Just flip over them. And if counsel will say we are not given the opportunity first, they've been given the opportunity. They refuse. And the reason being, number one, they don't have enough lawyers now. we heard on an interview that they did not have enough lawyers and could not follow the directive of the presiding officer. 15 lawyers for the defense, for the respondent. They did not have enough lawyers, nor the time to comply with the directive of this honorable presiding officer. Lastly, Your Honor, in any event, Your Honor, there is no denial of due process. They will have the opportunity when all of these documents are presented in a formal offer of evidence. That is their time to compare. That is their time to make their comments. That is their time to raise their objections, Your Honor, when it is formally offered in evidence in due course. Thank you, Your Honor.
The chair notes the manifestation of Attorney Lorna and her point with respect to the respondent having the opportunity to comment once formal offer has been made is well taken. Attorney Christine, yes, your comment, ma'am?
Your
Before we
Honor,
proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, please. I would like to thank the good counsel for their willingness to explore or to implement Rule 130, Section 7. At least we have aligned with what we are expected to do before this honorable court. In fact, Your Honor, earlier this morning, I was asked by one of her partners about the comparison. And I actually told her partner, Attorney Lazaro, Attorney, we don't even need to compare the exhibits in order to expedite the proceedings. Because first of all, that's the authenticity of the exhibits is something is something that the court will have to decide. And the court will only decide on that after the prosecution has already submitted their offer of evidence, and that will be subject to our comment. And there's no need for us to actually compare the exhibits just so we can arrive at a stipulation that this and that are the same. And also, Your Honor, with regard to the identification of the witness of the exhibits, that goes into the witness competence. No, we did not stipulate here in open court that the witness is competent to identify the exhibits, Your Honor, kasi hindi naman ho namin kilala ho yung taga-COA.
Correct.
Pangalawa, we don't know the extent of her examination of the documents.
Correct.
Pangatlo, she just assumed the work of Mr. Wamil. So, mahirap naman po sabihin nun ng kliyente namin, sige, okay na, we payag na kami, she can identify the exhibit, she knows all of those, she has examined all of those. Precisely, that's the duty of the counsel to do in open court. Now, there's Rule 130, Section 7, and for those of you who are litigating before the CTA, you already know this rule, that a witness can testify based on the summary, and that would actually show that he's competent to testify on the exhibits by reason of the summary that she made. And that would attest that she has examined all of the documents that are contained in the summary. That's why yun po yung sinuggest ko sa counsel ng kabila. Sabi ko, we will not even object, attorney, as to how many exhibits you will identify or you will have as samples, kahit 10 per quarter or kahit 100 or kahit wala. Diba? If you check Rule 130, Section 7, hindi naman ho ni-require na isa-isahin ho yun. At hindi ho nire-require, Your Honor, na kailangan ho namin mag-stipulate on the exhibits, on the authenticity, so that they can use Rule 130, Section 7. And if properly done po, Your Honor, I think they can identify or they can finish all 1 quarter in less than 10 minutes. I'm talking about that, no? I'm talking about that
Diba?
based on experience. So, Your Honor, we don't object to their implementation of Rule 130, Section 7, as to the manner by how they will do it. We will also not object, but subject to cross-examination, Your Honor. Thank you.
The manifestation of Attorney Christine is noted. Chair will make a ruling so that we can move on.
May I just respond to this, Your Honor?
Ako na
Just
magre-respond.
very-
Ako na
very
magre-respond
briefly.
para sa kanya. Asayo, Attorney Kapunan.
Mabuti, ikaw na lang.
The chair did make issue an order for the parties to try to meet Friday or Thursday. However, for whatever reason, lack of lawyers or inclement weather, that did not happen. Chair would just like to correct, hindi ka Attorney Lorna ininjan, baka ginost ka. Kasi hindi ka sinagot eh. Pero hindi ka ininjan, wala namang pinag-usapan date pa eh.
In-ignore.
Ghost na nga eh. Ghost na yung
Ginos,
bago ngayon.
ginos.
Hindi na. Ghost na yung bago ngayon.
Ghosting pa.
But having said that,
Ghosting.
the chair notes, because the chair also inquired, that given what happened in the pre-trial, wherein the copies of the exhibits marked by the respondent, no copies were retained by the court. So the chair would like to request the counsels for respondent to kindly furnish the court with a copy of the marked pieces of evidence during pre-trial, kasi apparently meron kaming pre-marked pieces of evidence from the prosecution, but not all the pre-marked pieces of evidence from the respondent. So in lieu of meeting, kindly just submit that, Attorney Christine, so that we can do the comparison ourselves, either as a court or through the individual senator judges.
We will comply, Your Honor.
Kindly do that within the day or at the latest tomorrow. If you have it with you, within the day. If not, at the latest of tomorrow, so that whatever may happen, the court will already have a copy of these pre-marked documents. In relation to Ms. Eileen, as stated by Attorney Christine already, they will not object to the presentation of a table and/or summary citing Rule 130, Section 7 in relation to 3C. Therefore, we may proceed with her and hopefully be able to finish also Ms. Pareja today. Counsel, can you proceed?
Your Honor, please, can I just make a brief manifestation?
Yes, Attorney Kapunan.
While really, indeed, Section 7, Rule 130 is applicable, may we note that this summary, Your Honor, is being used to establish the rulings, the provision says, when the facts sought to be established is only the general result of the whole. So that summary will just establish the fact that these were the very same documents given by the defense counsel to the COA, Your Honor.
And that these were the
And-
very same documents or ARs used by the COA in coming out with the respective issuances that they did.
Yes,
To include
Your
the
Honor. And
AOMs,
so
the notices of
therefore,
suspension, and the notice of disallowance.
if we can get that from, because we don't want to be held in ambush with subsequent witnesses who will use some portions of this acknowledgement receipts for subsequent witnesses, Your Honor, who we have subpoenaed for this impeachment proceedings, Your Honor. They might say, and I don't want to speculate, or I don't want to, anyway, ghosting ba yun? I don't want to anticipate the strategy, but we will have subsequent witnesses who will testify to specific acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor. And they might say, you did not identify them, you only identified the summaries. So, Your Honor, if we can get a stipulation now from counsel for the defense that when a acknowledgement receipt is presented through another witness, Your Honor, they will not object because precisely they stipulated that the summary.
Counsel, again, let's abbreviate the proceedings. That's always subject to cross.
Subject
If you
to
present
cross,
a document and their copy says otherwise, then they can confront the witnesses during the witness.
Yan na nga sinasabi natin mga kababayan. Ang tanda-tanda na nitong si Lola Kapunan ninyo. Oh, nireregla pa rin eh. Hindi. Tanda-tanda mo na Lola eh. Lagi niyang pinagpipilitan mga kababayan yung stipulate. Sa totoo lang, kung ang intensyon ni Lola Kapunan mga kababayan ay para mapag-agree na para mapabilis lang at in neutral naman, okay lang yun. Pero ang problema mga kababayan, sa kanyang kakapilit, pakinggan nyo ha, lagi nyong subaybayan itong ano na yung Kapunan. Lagi siyang, gusto niya lagi stipulate. Bakit ibig sabihin? Kasi nga pag nag-stipulate ng defense or itong kampo ni BP Sara, mawawalan na ng saysay. Parang lahat na lang ng sinabi nito, although marami pa silang question, itong bagong witness ngayon, kahit marami pa silang question, hindi na nila questionin kasi nga nakipag-stipulate na sila or umagri na sila na lahat ng sasabihin nito, lahat ng ilalabas nito, puro ano na, tama na lahat, tumpak na. Ikaw ngayon, Kapunan, kung ikaw ngayon nalagay sa parte ng defense, payag ka rin ba na makipag-stipulate ka na lang ng ganon? Natural hindi, di ba mga kababayan? Kasi nga, sa totoo lang, okay lang ito kung talagang neutral eh. Kaso kitang-kita mga kababayan eh, gustong manlamang, gustong manggulang, nitong magulang pa na walang pinagkatandaang sikapunan mga kababayan. Ay nako. Wag kami, no? Kaming mga DDS vlogger. Eh, kahit hindi kami mga abogado, ramdam namin kung saan nyo gustong papuntahin ang argumento ninyo. Simple lang ito mga kababayan. Kaya pinipilitan itong stipulation kasi gusto niya makagulang.
During cross-examination as to the difference of that document. But if not, then I guess they will skip crossing the witness on that point. As an implied admission that indeed the document she based it on or the document she testified on is indeed the same copy as what they do. But by that time, counsel, we will have a copy already of both documents and the court can
In
make
fact-
the appropriate ruling at the appropriate time.
One last, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney Kapunan. Attorney Lorna.
We would have preempted. We would have saved this honorable court considerable time if they just agreed to use their documents. We don't need even this clerk of court, even the presiding officer, even the honorable judges don't need to make comparison. We are amenable to use the defense exhibits, Your Honor.
Attorney
Because
Lorna.
these exhibits, Your Honor.
Attorney Lorna, the chair considered that too when you made that manifestation. However, as I said, given the fact that we don't have a copy, I guess you don't have a copy too of their exhibits. So they would have to sift through each and every exhibit marked with their own marking to look for, let's say, a particular name in the AR. So once we get the copy, we will furnish you with a copy. And you can use that copy if you wish at the appropriate time as well. So asking for a copy will solve many issues, Attorney Lorna. Attorney Christine, yes, you want to...
Quick reply, Your Honor. Actually, it doesn't matter if they will use our own exhibits, Your Honor. It doesn't even make their witness competent. That is why we are here in open court to establish the competence. So kahit pagamitin ho namin yung exhibit namin, kung hindi naman ho competent yung witness nyo to identify those exhibits, it will still be a waste of time. It will be useless.
Thank you for that, counsel. That's now...
Ang galing mga kababayan, palakpakan natin. Bravo, ang galing. Ang galing, oh. Kahit gamitin pa namin kasi 'di ba, gumagawa style ni Kapunan mga kababayan, gamitin na natin ang sa inyo. Oh, 'di ba? Para mapabilis daw. Gamitin na natin. 'Yun na lang ang gamitin natin. Payag kami, sabi niya, no? Pero useless 'yun ayon dito kay Attorney Defense. Kalimutan ang pangalan nito ha. Silent, no? Napakahusay mga kababayan kasi nga ang gusto kasi ni mga kababayan ni Kapunan mangyari, no? Ganito 'yan. Dito sa ina-argue ni Kapunan, ganito kasi 'yan. Ang prosecution ganito mangyayari mga kababayan. Mas kaunting witnesses, mas kaunting cross-examination, mas mabilis makarating sa kanilang conclusion. Pagka pumayag lagi ang defense, sabi ni Kapunan na, sige, stipulate na lang kayo rito. Yan ang mangyayari mga kababayan. Pag pumayag sila, magiging mapabilis at magkakaroon sila kaagad ng conclusion. Konti na lang ang mag-cross-examine sa witness nila. Di nang papaboran nito mga kababayan. Di ba maliwanag sila? Eh kung ito naman yung abogado ni BP Sara, ang kabila, abay kung marunong ka naman, hindi ka papayag. Tama hindi? Which is ito ngayon, yung ginagawa ng abogado ni BP Sara. Tingnan nyo ha, ganito ang ginagawa nila. Sa side ng defense, ganito mangyayari. Maaaring mawala ng pagkakataong tanungin ang witness kung paano nabuo ang finding, ano ang personal niyang ginawa, at kung may weakness sa underlying documents. Diba? Yan po yun mga kababayan. Kaya nga sabi niya rito, ayan no, sabi dito ni attorney
And you can use that copy if you wish at the appropriate time as well. So asking for a copy will...
Honor, actually, it doesn't matter.
Christine, yes, you want to...
Quick reply, Your Honor. Actually, it doesn't matter if they will use our own exhibits, Your Honor. It doesn't even make their witness competent. That is why we are here in open court to establish the competence. So kahit pagamitin ho namin yung exhibit namin, kung hindi naman ho competent yung witness nyo to identify those exhibits, it will still be a waste of time. It will be useless.
Thank you for...
Yan mga kababayan, it will be useless. Kahit gamitin pa na nito nila Kapunan yung exhibit nila kampo ni VP Sara, useless lang kasi hindi naman po competent ang iyong witness. Ang husay mga kababayan, bravo. Palakpakan natin itong abogada ni VP Inday Sara. Yan po mga kababayan. Ang tindi, no? Tingnan nyo, batang-bata lang na abogada. Hindi makapurma itong inyong Lola Kapunan. Na mukhang kapon na kapon ang pag-iisip. At gustong-gusto lang niya mapabilis para pumabor nga naman sa kanila mga kababayan. At hindi na masyado makross-examine. Kasi tingnan nyo bukas magka-cross-examine na eh. Part na ito ng defense eh. Kukross-examine na lahat ang kanyang mga sinabi dyan eh. Bukas mga kababayan, abangan natin ang matinding, matinding panginginig na naman po nitong abogado, itong witness ng COA mga kababayan. Okay, bueno, dyan na muna natin pansamantalang tatapusin. Ano po bang inyong masasabi dito sa bidyong ito? Paki-comment nyo po dyan sa baba. Grabe po, no? Ang video kanina, umabot na po ng 1,000 ang comment noon, mga kababayan. Grabe as in, no? Ang comment noon, mga kababayan, ay ano na eh. Umabot na ng 1,000 mahigit. Tingnan nyo mga kababayan, yung comment kanina. Kaya ngayon, mag-comment din po kayo sa mga nandito ngayon. Comment din po kayo mga kababayan. Pakita ko sa inyo yung comment section. Trending na po tayo kanina, oh. Nag-trending yung comment. Grabe. Oh. Ayan yung comment na yan mga kababayan, no? At ang comment na trending kanina ay gusto nila mag-resign na itong si Erwin Tulfo. Payag sila mga kababayan. Ayan, no? Ayan po mga kababayan, no? Mas gusto nila mag-resign na si Erwin Tulfo. Ilan na po ang comment niyan? 1,100 na kanina yung latest niyan eh. Grabe, ang tindi ng comment section. Ayan no, mga kababayan. 1,200 na ang comment ng video na yan kanina, oh. Yung kahapon 521. Ngayon, 1,200. Comment section pa lang yan, mga kababayan. Grabe ang trending. Sige po. Comment na rin po kayo, mga kababayan. Eh, no? Gustong-gusto nila, mga taong bayan, na mag-resign itong si Erwin Tulfo. Kayo ba, mga kababayan? Total, malay natin. Hanapin natin mga kababayan. Kung talaga nga bang walang insertion, wala itong kinalaman sa flood control si Erwin Tulfo. Dahil pag natuklasan mga kababayan, siya po mismo nagsabi na magre-resign daw siya pagka-senador. Tulungan niyo ako mga kababayan, mag-research tayo. Tingnan natin kasi nga, di ba, ang connection, dating congressman, ACT-CIS, kasama niya nag-resign sa kasagsagan ng investigasyon sa flood control na nabanggit ang kanyang pangalan na isa siya. Malapit-lapit na tayo mga kababayan. Kaya comment kayo at tulungan nyo ako maghanap. I-send nyo po sa akin dito sa BMR Facebook ha. Yan nyo po i-send sa BMR Facebook. Ito na ba? Ito na ba yun? Itong BMR Facebook ko. Pwede nyo po i-send dyan, no? Ito po mga kababayan. Or dito rin sa BMR POB. Pwede nyo rin po i-send dyan mga kababayan, no? Ayun na po, mag-send mga kababayan, ha? I-send nyo na lang dyan kung gusto ninyo, kung saan nyo gustong i-send. Ayan, no? Okay, basta trending po mga kababayan yung ating ano ha. Ang ating video kagabi pa at saka kanina. Okay, maraming salamat muli. This is BMR Channel. Pansamantalang magpapaalam. Bye-bye.